Howdy, Possum Patty here, and as promised, I'm back with the same mess on my desk, so come on along. This is the page I was working on yesterday, and I did go back and do a few more things. I darkened up the bunnies so they would stand out better, so they're a little bit darker brown. I added a little bit more green to the ferns, and those yellowish flowers weren't showing up very well, so I went over with some pink flowers, continued that up to the top, darkened that fern a little bit. I added a little bit more stickles down at the bottom, and even put a little bit more stickles on top of the glitter. Yes, I did. So that has to dry for a few minutes. And while that is drying, I'm working on my journaling cards. I did take that extra scrap and make another journaling card. And this is the one I made yesterday. And I went out to the yard and took pictures of the fiddleheads. A fiddlehead is when the fern first comes up out of the ground, and it comes out in this curved shape like this, like a spiral. And there's the stem, and that looks like the top of a fiddle or a violin, has that curvy part like that. And so these particular fiddleheads are probably hay-scented ferns. And here's some larger ones, and this is probably the cinnamon fern. And these have tall, thin stalks that are purple. So purple is the royal color, right? So these are the royal ferns. And these are all different sizes and will look different once they all unfurl. But these are 3 of the many different kinds of ferns that grow here at Soggy Bottom, formerly known as Muddy Acres. So I'm going to put the 2 tall ferns on this card. I think they're in the same fern family, but I'm going to go check that before I write that down. And I'm going to put the hay-scented ferns over here and do a little journaling. And since I still have these stenciling things out, maybe I will just put some background with light green on here. I had to get the cat off of my lap because, now she's trying to get back up here. I had the stickles out, and you know, she moves around, and I didn't want her to get into the wet stickles. Now I did them lightly on the pocket, then I went back and did it darker, because I'm not going to put anything else on the pocket, so I wanted it to stand out more. But these are going to be just background ferns, so I don't think these are going to have to be too dark. See, just like that, I think. So we're using things that are not stencils for the stencil stencil prompt this week at the Open Collab Stencil With Us. And oh, here she comes. Here she comes. So this is just a piece of paper that I had die cut a bunch of ferns out of. But I think that'll make a good background, just very lightly, because I am going to write on this. Oh, that's her trying to get up on the table. I mean, up on my shoulder. So I'm using StazOn ink and just a little makeup brush from the Dollar Tree. Don't forget to get things along the edge. Don't forget the edges. So I took a little walk around the yard, and the little ferns are popping up everywhere. Saw some wildflowers, so that's going to be the next page. All right, where's the top? All right, that's the top. Where's the picture? This is the picture. Yeah, so I think that makes a good background. I can overdo it, I guess, by putting more. She just jumped off. Something up here. And a little more. Oops. Oops. Do I want to put the flowers on here too? Ooh. Now see, now I keep getting more ideas and more ideas. Maybe very lightly. Where's my pink? There's my pink. And my pink brush is here, and my pink flowers are here. Just very lightly, just add a couple. How are we doing? Looks about right. Put the picture back on. Okay, that looks good. And what just popped into my brain, because we're working intuitively here, is maybe just one little rabbit down in the corner to make it match the other page. The other page is going to take a while to dry. All right, to match the other page, see, the rabbits are brown. So, let's see. If I take, oh, I have this rabbit, that rabbit's too big. If I take some tape, okay, this is my idea, and cover the rabbits I don't want. Like I can cover that rabbit, and I can put 2 rabbits on there. Am I in frame? Probably not. Like that. I don't think this ear belongs to this bunny. I think it belongs to the other bunny. Okay. So now we got 2 little bunnies. And let's see how that's going to come out. Aw, okay, okay, I love it, I love it. I made a cute journaling card, easy for me to say. So I'm going to stick this down, and this is peel and stick. And I took these pictures with my phone. And the pictures do look different on the phone than they do when you print them out. But I think this one came out really nicely. You can see a little bit of the sunshine on there. And you could even see the dewdrop And this is a Mayflower leaf over here. Canada Mayflower coming up. These are all Canada Mayflowers and the little ferns. So I think it came out pretty good. Sometimes you get it just right. I'm not going to layer this. I'm going to put it right down because I have that nice pattern in the background. Although maybe a light pink would have looked pretty. Too late now. It's already down. I'm going to do some journaling. I just did a very simple nature journaling. Your metadata is your date, April 27th, 2022, and where you are, Soggy Bottom Woods. And then I label this Hay Scented Fern Fiddleheads. And the reason I know that is because I watched them last summer as they unfurled and what they became. And most of the ferns in this area were hay scented, though there were a few New York ferns around. So maybe I can find one of those. It may be a New York fern. I don't know. Probably a fiddlehead. So now I am going to do the same thing to this card, I think. I kind of like that background. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So I started with the ferns. Okay, got my fern paper here. I can't believe it is almost May. My goodness. I was talking to somebody, you know, old people discussing how time goes by so quickly. And this one older gentleman said, yeah, when you get old, he said, it's like you only have 10 months of the year because it goes by so fast. It feels like only 10 months instead of 12. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was pretty funny. The year is only 10 months long. Actually, in the old-time calendars, I think the old-time calendar was only 10 months. And that's why December is the name for 10th month, November 9th month, October 8th month, September 7th month. Because the calendar was different back in the olden days. I don't know, is this interesting to watch somebody stencil? I have been using my stencils for jelly printing, but not just for regular stenciling. Look at all those new stencils, and they have ferns on them. Yeah, but those are stencils, and our mission was to use something that is not a stencil. Not a stencil. Okay, I'm putting little pieces peeking in off the edge. Like that. Okay, this is going to have two pictures on it. Just put a light one right there. These remind me of fossils. Fern fossil imprints. Remind me to show you my fossil collection one day. Boy, I keep sliding here. The older mats were larger and they fit under the legs of the camera, and so they didn't move around so much, and the newer mats are smaller from the Dollar Tree. So they tend to move around a little bit more. Alright, two pictures going on this one. after I do the flowers. I'm just seeing how the ferns look. That's enough. Put a couple of flowers. Close up the green. Open the pink. Find the pink brush. I don't save all my little die cut papers, and some of them I'll just keep die cutting until the paper's all used up, or then I'll save a little scrap, or I'll cut off strips. In my new organized paper scrap drawer, where I have a box of little scraps there. I like it, I like it. Okay, I might put one straight and one crooked. Because why put them both straight when you can put one crooked? Or you can put them both crooked. Or you can put one straight and one crooked. They usually come out crooked anyway. That made a pretty stencil background, I think. Okay, I'm going to do my journaling. And my 2 journaling cards are done. And these 2 ferns are on the same card because they're cousins. They're both Osmundas. The cinnamon fern and the royal fern. And then over here we have the hay-scented fern on a card by itself. And those will go in the pocket when the rest of this page is dry. So thanks for coming along while I finished up what I started yesterday. And the next page is going to be about a wildflower that I saw while I was out taking pictures of the fiddlehead ferns, the fern fiddleheads. But I can't turn the page until all my sparkly stickles down here are dry. So I just want to wish everybody happy junk journaling, happy nature journaling. Bye-bye now. Are you still here? Thanks for hanging in there. I just wanted you to know that I went back and put some little bunnies on the other card because I didn't do that. I was just going to take a picture of it and I said, "Aw, I need some bunnies on that card too." So I added 2 little bunnies using my non-stencil stencil. And once again, thanks for coming along and hanging in to the very end. Bye-bye.